So, my dear Leo, the sun now is this extroverted energy. It's actually ruling you, is right now in the Capricorn expression, right? And so here the temptation comes to you in form of wanting to be successful in whatever you do. And the sun is giving the light to the moon, which is always our subconscious and our feelings. And the moon today is, of course, in your sign, so that I can give you this information. If it happens that you have the moon in your sign when you were born, great, but it's not about that, right? I choose the day where the moon is in your sign so that I can give you the information. So here you find strength in combining the wild and the sage, right? And that's what it's all about. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn are the lessons, and in the tarot, Saturn is the world, right? And so this is why the world is the toughest place, they always say, because here we have boundaries, here we have really borders, right? And so our higher consciousness doesn't really understand that it's free. It's kind of like the light goes everywhere, right? That's what the sun brings to us. The light is really that aspect of where we can see that there are borders, where we can see that the moon exists, right? Otherwise we wouldn't see the moon, right? Now the yoga pose for Capricorn is dancer pose. We dance up into the success. We don't work up into the success. And the yoga pose for you is, of course, Simhasana, the lion's breath. Roar like a lion, right? It's really important that you incorporate this aspect into your life so that you actually realize how wild you can be. You are the king of fire. Is your birthday between July 13 and August 12, right? Then is he your court card? If not, please look in the description below. I have listed all the dates for the court cards. They're different than when the sun is in Leo, right? So there is a mix. So have a look. You are, as a Leo, an extroverted energy because of the rays emanating from you. You have that charisma, you have that way of bringing the people towards you, and you're the 5th zodiac sign, and also through that connected to the 5th house of play and joy and having fun, right? So that's what you are. Good. Then back to the last reading where you got a second time Sagittarius Sun giving Leo Moon the light. So this is always a special message, right? And it shifts, right? It's not everybody gets that. And over the years, right, everybody gets sometimes a second time a message from the sun. And so here you got Sagittarius, and the message was magic and stars are created through healing realms. Right, you had the magic hands, etc. And I already looked if there's a reoccurring card, and there are 3 reoccurring cards that are coming. And as such, we can begin the reading. So we always begin with the King of Fire, King of Wands, right? And the first card that came is the Queen of Water. She's a Cancer. And the Cancer's before you. And so maybe you have Cancer energy in you if your birthday is earlier than the 13th of July. Have a look, right? So the Queen of Wands is the healing to your fire. She's important. If you have a friend that is a Cancer, keep it, because she can really bring the soothing energy of water to you. Now, what is she wanting to tell you? She's wanting to tell you that the Wheel of Fortune is coming here. And the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. There is something that is letting you know that the Wheel of Fortune is bringing you into a luck cycle, right? Because you're the 5th zodiac sign, she's the 4th zodiac sign. This is a 9, a completion. If you integrate her, then you come into a completion. The 9 and the 10 is the 19, and the 19, that is of course the lovely sun that is ruling you. But you feel, Capricorn, you feel the temptations to do things that you would usually not do, right? So watch, observe, and keep grounded. The 19 turns into a 10, so the 10 is left. A new cycle can begin here. What is the Wheel of Fortune saying? I'm just going to put you down. You get the Morning Dew Girl. And she's collecting all these tears, right? And it's kind of like what the Queen of Cups is bringing. She's bringing you finally the moment where you feel you can really cry. Cry me a river. And you see that this is the number 13, and the 13 is Scorpio, is also water sign, and Scorpio are deep feelings that are being released now, and that's your fortune. That's your luck, right? And so the 10 that was left and the 13, that's the 23. And in there is the 20, Pluto in Aquarius right now. Aquarius is opposite of you. And so in the next reading, you're getting your full moon reading. And so integrate whatever you can now already let go, right? And the 3 of the 23 is Venus, is the Empress. Be strong enough to actually withstand all these energies that you now finally want to let go, right? Cry. And the 5 is left. And the 5 are the 5 senses here in the 15, in the temptation through the 5 senses, right? And so the 15 is letting you know, come into the 6, because the 6 is the third eye. That's where you find the liberation. Beautiful, right? So this is what actually here Cancer is wanting to tell you as a healing opportunity. Then I want to know, what is the Mother Peace Tarot bringing? And Aquarius is coming. So Aquarius is saying in the next month you have your full moon. That's when you can celebrate, right? You have arrived at your opposite sign, and here she is in a spring. She is cleansing herself, she's healing herself, and that's exactly what the Queen of Cups is bringing to you. We have the 17, and the 4 is the 21, and the 21 is the world. So the whole world feels what you're feeling, because the sun, the rays are now coming through Capricorn onto planet Earth, and we all feel that, right? And so recognize that you are coming into a deep healing here, a healing phase that is allowing you to calm down, right? Because wands are action, wands are I have to do, and here cups are I have to feel, right? All these feelings that are emerging, I have to heal. So the 9 here is talking as a completion when you combine it, but here we have the 17. And the 17 turns into an 8, which is then, of course, you're the 8 major arcana as the strength, right? And so this is your opposite sign that is going to bring you the healing through Cancer. Very beautiful, right? So here the 8 and the 9, again we get the 17. Aquarius is going to help you to heal. Aquarius is there for you. Aquarius is your body, right? So you are here as a station. This is you who feels all these things, but I can also place you here, right? Because we're reading to the right. We're reading outwards, external to the full moon. And after the full moon, it goes back in, right, to the new moon. Then we read to the left. So here you are, right? The 21 and the 3 is left, and the 3 and the 5 is the 8 as well. So the world is gonna feel all of this as well. Now, what is, of course, Aquarius saying? Aquarius is bringing you the Chariot, and that's Cancer as a soul aspect. So you have Cancer as a court card, as a person, but now you also have Cancer as the Chariot. And the moon was in Cancer right before this reading, right? So maybe in the Cancer reading, there is a message for you as well. So see the 7 and the 4, that's an 11, right? The 11 and the 17. So here could be a date, the 17th of November, because on the 19th of November, Pluto went for good into Aquarius, right? And so I think that affected you as well. So you see that the message comes through the numbers very clear, very strong. And you see that Aquarius is pointing at her, right? So here the 17 and the 7 is the 24, and the 24 we get a 6, and 6 is always the self-love. Find yourself, find the love, right? And heal and go slow. Take your time, because healing takes time. And so, of course, I want to see what is Cancer saying again as a soul, right? Here we had Cancer as a court card, and Cancer as a court card said, well, you're lucky now to have this healing, lucky to shed all these tears, right? Cry, because the liberation after is amazing. And so here we get the Sun. And so it's almost like saying, well, the Sun is what guides you. Connect with the Sun, see where the Sun is. The Sun is in Capricorn, and so the temptation to do things that you would usually not do, right? She lies here on the apple, and she's completely exhausted from life, right? From the 5 senses, and you see the Sun is coming and saying, connect with the Sun, not what the Sun is shining through. And of course, observe always in what sign the Sun is, because that's going to be giving you each month a lesson, right? And through that lesson you can learn. And so here we have the 19, which is a 10. Here the 17, calculate together, we get the 8. The 8 and the 7 is the 15. And the 15 again is Capricorn. And the 6 is left. The 6 and the 4 is the 10. There is a 10-10 portal, and in that 10-10 portal you know exactly what to do. But we can also calculate the 10-10 into a 20. The 20 and you as the 5 is the 25, and the 25, the 7 is left. So Cancer is bringing you the emotional intelligence to understand all of this, what I've just told you, right? So sometimes these numbers can be like, oh my God, what is she saying? What is all this about, right? Why she's using the numbers and not the pictures? I do use the pictures, right? But the numbers are so much more accurate, and they don't lie, right? They give us really exactly the message. And so the message is clear. Use your emotional intelligence through Cancer, right? It's almost like Cancer, or a Cancer, is wanting here to tell you something really important, and so listen. Good, then we look at the Strength, and the Strength got the Tower. So the Tower is the 7, again the emotional intelligence that we can dock on from you as the court card, of course, right? And so you let go of things, and that's the 7. Right? In that letting go, the 7 and the 8 is the 15. And the 15 again, the temptations are here. We need to understand that why do we come here? To get tempted and then overcome it, and then feel the validation in it, right? And the self-love that results out of it. And that's what the 6 is out of the 15, right? What is the Tower saying? The Tower is bringing you the raccoon. And the raccoon wears a mask. The raccoon is the artist. The raccoon is the one that says, well, use your art, right? Do something with it. He's the 5th animal in the Earth kingdom, and so it's an Earth sign, and stop wearing a mask, right? So the 6 and the 5 is an 11. The 11th of August could be a date, right? Or the 8th of November. So the raccoon is coming to let you know, create art. Whatever it is you do, create art, right? Do not be bothered by what people think about your art. Just do it for yourself. And so it's a beautiful message that's coming here to you, as the 11 is the inner master that is talking to you. Then, of course, I want to see what is Capricorn bringing. And Capricorn is bringing you here the Knight of Cups. And that's Pisces. And Pisces is after Aquarius. So in a way, you're gonna then, after you let go and you have understood the emotional intelligence that is resulting of the letting go, is that you can continue your path in the search of love, self-love. And then, of course, maybe through a partner. But always start with yourself. The 12th zodiac sign turns into a 3. The 3 and the 7 is a 10. The 10 and the 8 is the 18. In your subconscious, you know that the message is coming through, and that you feel through the moon that there are feelings emerging that are going to help you to understand what's going on. What is, of course, Pisces saying? It's bringing you the mind. And the mind is intense, because the mind is something where we see here in Osho Zen Tarot that the mind, if we want to understand the mind distorts things, right? And these are the pages of swords. And you got to understand that the pages of swords is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And Aquarius is opposite of you. So indirect, Aquarius is talking here. So if you want to overcome what's going on in your mind, and of course these are the young generations, right? It's not an older generation. The young generation is actually bringing solutions to you on how to overcome the mind game that is playing here, right? And so the 12 turned into a 3, and these are 3 zodiac signs, so there is a 33. And the 33 is mastery. Become a master over your mind. That's what actually is coming here, right? From Pisces. Pisces is letting you know, become the 33. You had an 11 already, but the 33 is like, there we find the sun, the solar plexus, right? To overcome things with our mind, the way we think, the way we see the world, right? And of course the structures of the world, right? The lessons of the world. And so you get a very beautiful sign coming here. Then I want to know what is actually the Mother Peace Tarot saying. You get the Sun of Discs to the right. That's Virgo. So Virgo and Pisces are opposite of each other, right? And Virgo is going to have the full moon in the Pisces month after your full moon, right? And so there comes the sign that you need to target, you need to focus onto this path of love. And on that path of love, you need to see that you want to overcome the mind that is tricking you to think that you're not good enough, right? That you need to wear a mask, that you need to, right? You need to do a lot of things, because here the 7 and the 5 is the 12. So here is also a 3. So you have a 3-3-3 portal, right? And that 3-3-3 portal, 3 times the 3, is literally saying, yes, learn what you can learn, because we learn through the world, through these lessons. We learn to love ourselves more and more, accept ourselves more and more. And so you have a water sign here and you have a water sign here. So these are 2 court cards, right? A Cancer, and here a Pisces is here to help you, but also Aquarius. Remember, Aquarius is here. So of course, what is Virgo saying? Since Virgo is pointing at Pisces, understand Pisces and the path of Pisces, right? But Virgo is bringing you here the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is, of course, the moon. The moon on a very mysterious way, the waning and the waxing moon, right? The coming and the going, the duality, the black and the white. While here the moon in Pisces, right? For Pisces, right, is more your subconscious. But here we have the intuition. And so Virgo is literally saying, work on your intuition. Take the path of love and intuition. And so it's really clear the 6th zodiac sign and the 2 is the 8. And the 8, that is of course you, right? You're the 8th major arcana. And you are learning through Virgo to listen to your intuition. Now, what is the High Priestess saying? She is bringing you the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles came up last time. And what came up as well, I forgot to tell you, are the young generations of swords, right? So here Aquarius was already talking with Sagittarius Sun. But there you got a more optimistic perspective of the 3 pages, right? Here in Osho Zen, you get a little bit more of a tougher side, and so observe that. Now here, the 9 of Pentacles is literally saying, become Venus in Virgo. So Virgo is letting you know through the intuition that Venus in Virgo, the 9 of Pentacles, create your own garden, create your own place, create the place where you feel safe, where you feel you can be the way you are, and you then can be what you are, right? And so the 6 and the 2 is the 8 and the 9, again the 17. And so you are heading towards Aquarius, and Aquarius is your opposite sign. Learn from Aquarius as much as you can, right? Integrate it, heal it, right? That's what Cancer is saying. Cancer is leading you towards the path of that everything comes and goes. We had a full moon, then we have a new moon, then we have a full moon, etc., right? And that you can let go of your tears, and that you can heal, and that you also got the healing through the soul of Cancer, and the sun appears, the sun shines again. And so you see that you're getting here a message from Virgo that says, well, the 6 and the 2 is the 8, the 17, again, Aquarius is helping you to find who you really are, arrive there, and learn as much as you can from Aquarius, and then turn into the 8, right? The 8, that's you. The 8, that's that moment where you recognize, okay, I get it. I understand that the 8 is me, and I take a journey out so that I can come back to who I am. And this is why the Tower is coming and letting you know, let go, because new things want to come, right? And yes, sometimes it's easier said than done, but consider it. And then we look at the sun, right? The sun, which is ruling you, and you get the electricity, the number 36. So here we have the 3, the Empress, the 6, the self-love. Love yourself like the Empress, and the 9 appears, right? The 9, again, as a 9-9 portal is talking to you. Become Venus in Virgo, become this goddess that provides for herself, and you can do it. And so the 19 is the 10 and the 9, again the 19 is coming. So we go through a transformation so that we can come back to it, right? Sometimes when we are it, we don't appreciate it. So we go through a transformation, we do all these things, and yes, sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's intense, sometimes we do cry, but those tears are precious teardrops, and then we can arrive at something that we learn who we really are again. And so it's a beautiful message, and the 10 is left. So now I'm going to put the sun above, right? Because this is what the station is telling you. Use the electricity, use your wildness, use that which makes you this lion, right? Take that mask off, right? And be the artist that you can be. And of course, now I want to see what the sun is saying through you, and the Two of Air is coming. So the Two of Air is Moon in Libra, and Libra is here with the mind, right? Libra and Gemini and Aquarius, right, are in the Pages of Swords. So find an equilibrium in the way you handle your mind, right? Come down to a Two of Swords, because that's the duality. So then you have here a 2-2 with the High Priestess, the 22, begin new, because that's Uranus, and Uranus is always the one that is bringing you a new beginning, the revolution, the new cycle, and you will see you heading now towards that cycle. Now, what is coming from Capricorn, because the sun is in Capricorn, right? So Capricorn is bringing you the Three of Pentacles, and that's Mars in Capricorn. And so Capricorn is talking the temptation to build something, the temptation to overcome here duality and work on yourself, maybe work with others on it, right? And you know the 9 and the 2 is an 11, so again there comes a portal. The 9 and the 3 is the 12, the 3 is left. Venus is left, right? Venus, who brought you Venus in Virgo, the 9 of Pentacles, right? Enough money that you can live your life. And so here the 2 and the 3 is a 5, right? The 5 and the 9 is the 14, come into an equilibrium. The 14 is Sagittarius, that gave you last time a second time the light for the moon. And magic and stars are created through healing palms. And the healing palms continue now into the healing of the heart, the healing of your emotions, right? The healing in general also of the mind. And you know what needs to go, you know, right? We all know deep down, we always know. And so of course the 14 turns into a 5. The 5 senses are here to challenge you. The 5 senses are again in the 15 of Capricorn. And that's what you're learning. You're learning to overcome those kind of things, because the raccoon also had the number 5. You need not to wear a mask anymore. And so what is bringing the Mother Peace Tarot, the 4 of Cups, is Moon in Cancer. And so Cancer is coming here again, right? You had Cancer as a court card, the Queen of Swords. You had Cancer as a major arcana, right? The Chariot, the success that you create, the emotional success after you have cried. You see up here this little bird, and you can sing again and enjoy that you are lighter, that you let go, right? That you let go of things that you sometimes just can't handle, right? That's why here the star brings you the bath, and also a bird that's flying up here. Recognize all these signs. And so the moon in Cancer is healing, right? But then comes again a boredom, and in that boredom you see the 2 and the 3 is the 5 and the 4 is the 9. So here we have a 9-9 portal, right? And in that 9-9 portal we can also add this 9, so 3 times the 9. Find through your solar plexus the empowerment to be who you want to be, the goddess that provides for itself, right? And so this 9-9 portal can turn into an 18. The 18 again is the moon, the subconscious, right, that you're working on. And of course the moon gets the light here from the sun, which is in Capricorn. And Capricorn brought you Mars in Capricorn. Have the courage to really work on yourself. See that in your mind duality is playing tricks, and that sometimes you think you have arrived and you need to let go of it again, right? And so it's a cycle, it's an infinite cycle, right? Here we have the 10 and the 9 is the 19, and the 10 is left, the 10 and the 9, the 19 and the 10 is left. You are heading towards the end of a cycle that is then in the full moon closing, and you are understanding that everything comes and goes. You are understanding that the message here is very clear. Everything keeps turning and spinning. The wheel of fortune brings you the healing tears, right? Let go, shed, right? Shed those tears, because you have help, you have friends, you have what it takes, right? To see that in the next reading you get the full moon, and that's when you're gonna celebrate. And so you don't want really this, but you know that this is there, this is behind it, right? And every success has also known tears. And so you see that here Aquarius is coming and already letting you know, I am giving you the light, right? I am here for you. In the next reading, I'm gonna give you the light to look deeper within. And the deeper you look within, you find that the path of love is the only path worth heading, right? Knowing that you're going to use your intuition, and in that intuition, you're learning everything about how your mind can warp up things, ideas, right? And that you see that you can come into a heaven, right? The goddess that provides for itself. This is an 11 as well. And you see that you can let go of the mask, right? That mask you don't need anymore, because you are here in a 5-5 portal. And you see that everything is speaking. I could continue, right? But there has to be a moment where it's like, okay, that's it, that's the message. So take that mask off and do the art that you enjoy the most. I hope I see you in the next reading, right? We have Aquarius and the Sun is talking already. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.